What's poppin'? Welcome back to Midwest World. It's the Tubecast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Really appreciate it from everybody. Appreciate the newcomers. Appreciate the regulars. Appreciate everyone who stop by from time to time. Now, topic at hand. Listen, I have a guilty pleasure. I'll be watching slap fight, right? I do. Terrible. It's a terrible thing. Like, I'm not like, listen, slap fight is terrible. Like, on some real stuff, I do not recommend participating in like that. I don't think it's a sport or anything, but it's a guilty pleasure. I've been watching it before Dana White got involved. You know what I'm saying? I was watching when they was having it in those auditoriums and all that. I was watching that stuff. It was on YouTube, like, viral before Dana White stepped in, right? So, and I don't even know if what Dana White is doing is bigger than what it normally is. I mean, because slap fighting kind of been around. It's just like, what? I forgot where it started from. I don't think it started in the States. It started elsewhere. You know what I mean? But either way it goes, man, terrible. I do not recommend participating in something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why, it's no defense. It's not a sport. You can't really, I don't look at that as a sport, man. You just setting yourself up to get knocked upside your head, man. And the thing is, I just don't understand it. Even though I watch it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, my goodness, they tripping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I've been watching the Crazy Hawaiian. I seen him before he got to slap fight, right? I seen him before then. So it's like, I knew who he was, but that's the only one I knew who he was before slap fight. But either way it goes, man. My question is this, because I can see this happening. I can see it. A slap fight game. They already got a mobile game. I never played it, but they already got a mobile game. Would you welcome a slap fight game? And the people I think that would do something like that is EA. That seemed like right up EA's alley. I don't see nobody else doing a slap fight game but EA. You know what I'm saying? But EA. Slap fight. I could see EA doing that easily. I could see, man, easy. I could see them doing that. But would you welcome it? And how would that game be? Now, when I see slap fight, I think of Rockstar Table Tennis, a game like that. Now, I actually have that game. I am going to play it, actually. I might play it this week, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because I have that game. I think I ended up getting it free on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? When they was giving away free games. I think that was one of the free games way back in the day when they was giving, they used to give you like a game a week. It was crazy. I mean, I think that was one of them. Either I bought it for super, super cheap or I got it free. Either way it goes, I have that game. So I play it, you know what I mean, for the channel or not, whatever the case is. But I could see it being something similar to that, but it would be a meter-based game, I would think. Like, if you slap, it would have to be like a meter situation where you stop it like in the green, you know what I mean, for a hard slap, or would it be like an analog situation? But you would break your analogs, you know what I mean? Slapping with the analog, you know what I mean? Using the analog like a shot stick, you know what I mean? Slapping them with it. I don't know. I don't see, like, a game like that. I don't see how that would be very in-depth, except like a career mode. Now you go up the ranks of career, but slap fight just doesn't seem like a game like that. There's nothing that'll be in-depth like what you would have. One single player, you know what I mean? Then you got your online matches. Now I can see online being fun and slap fight, you know what I mean? I can see that being fun, you know what I mean? But it seems like a game like that to get boring quick, and I don't think you could charge like 70 or 64. I think you got to put the $40 tag on that or something. Maybe even 30, you know what I mean? Because it's not much you can do, man. It's only like a few rounds, you know what I mean? Like, that seemed like a game based off straight up meters. Like, you would have to have meters. Now, I don't know about the mobile game. I have never played the mobile game. I know it was being promoted. You will see it in ads sometimes and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And they was promoting it for a little while actually on the slap fight, which makes sense, you know what I mean? If you watch a little bit of slap fight, they hit you with a little commercial or something. But, you know, I don't know how Would that game even sell if they came out with a slap fight game? Would you buy it? Would you buy it? You know what I mean? And play it? I don't know. You know, I think it might be for a mobile game, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised I haven't seen a game on Steam like that. It probably, I don't know. It might be a game like that on Steam. Who knows? There's all kind of games on Steam. But would you welcome Slap Fight by EA Sports? They done did about every other sport, man. You know what I mean? They done did about every other sport that I can think of. They even did tennis. They got tennis. They did rugby, you know, obviously football, basketball, hockey, soccer. I don't think did they do lacrosse? I don't think they did lacrosse. I could be wrong though. Do EA got a lacrosse game? Now I can't look it up right now because I'm driving, but I don't know if they got a lacrosse game. I don't think so. You know, they did arena football. You know what I'm saying? So EA, listen, they thought they had anything. So I mean, slap fight, man, I could see them doing that easy. It's just I'm kind of surprised they didn't come out with a game on consoles yet anyway. You know what I mean? I'm surprised they didn't do that. I mean, I don't know. Would I play it? I mean, at this point, since the channel exists, I would have to. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, show it to the people and you know, but I don't know. It just seemed like it'd get old after day one. That's really it, because it's not much to it. Like, now, how would you work up the strength of the slap? What's the training games? Like, you know, things like that, you know, with a game like that, what's the training mini games? How do you build up your strength, your durability, all kind of stuff? How does that work? Because you can't block. So how do you increase being able to take slaps? Because the thing with slap fight, and the reason why I can't call it a sport, it's just voluntary punishment. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to defend yourself. At least in boxing, you can defend yourself. MMA, you can defend yourself. Kickboxing, you can defend yourself. You know what I mean? Any other combat, anything that's considered combat sport, it's a defense and an offense. This is all offense. Slap fight is pure offense. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see how, if you can't even in arm wrestling, you know what I mean? It's it's defense in arm wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's defense in every other thing but this. You know what I'm saying? It's defense in every other thing but this. So I can't call this a sport. It's just voluntary punishment. So, you know, okay, who slapped the hardest? Listen, watching it a little bit, I see they break it down, because I was listening to a little bit of it today, right? When I was driving today, I was actually listening to a little bit of it, and they was talking about how to feed this planet. You know what I mean? The style of the strike, and looking at slap fight. You got guys with different slapping styles, different slapping techniques. You got clubbing, where you hitting the dude with the bottom of your palm. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of equivalent to a punch, right? When you hitting them they supposed to hit them with the open palm, right? But you got different techniques and styles, so they could implement different swinging styles or different slap styles. You know, it's hard. I try to listen to it without laughing, because it's like, y'all really trying to break down slaps like it's a technique to this. I mean, not saying it's not. I don't slap fight, and I wouldn't. But I guess it is. I mean, it's a technique to a punch. So if it's a technique to a punch, it has to be a certain type of technique to a slap. Yeah, it is. I mean, I guess you plant your legs a certain way, have your base right, and a certain way you swing, and all. You know what I mean? Like, just like when you throw a punch, the punch power would come from the legs, really, and your base. You know what I'm saying? It's not just throwing an arm. You know what I mean? You got to be set as. You know what I mean? So I can see that being the case, but to break it down so technical, it's hilarious. I can't lie, because like, dog, they just slapping each other. That's what this is. I mean, I get it, but still, they just slapping each other. And it's hard for me to give kudos when there's no defense. There's no defense. And then you got people that still willing to cheat and there's no defense. That's why I don't understand when I watch that fight. Why are you clubbing and there's no defense? You know what I'm saying? It's not like dude defend himself, just open hand slap him. So now I can understand. I can see the fatigue level of constantly swinging like that, especially if you're using your shoulder with it and things like that. You know what I mean? But I don't see much rotator cuff usage when it comes to slap fighting. I don't know, man. It's just that's one of them things where it's like, this is mindless. I don't know why you would even involve yourself in this right here, right? I mean, I just don't get. They got sponsors by Monster. I think other ones too. So it's not like, you know, it's not like it's not bringing in no dough. But it's like, man, my whole thing is there's no defense. It's no defense. So in a game, how do you defend yourself? Like if you did have a game, how do you play defense in the game? You just stand there and let them slap you? I don't, like, there's no type of, you know, you bite down on the mouthpiece isn't defense either. I mean, you can't, like, that only prepares yourself for a punch, like in boxing. That prepares yourself for the punch. But you know the punch coming and you can defend yourself for the most part, unless you get caught with some sneaky stuff, you know what I mean? But, you know, so you biting down on your mouth guard and things like that when you take a punch, and you know what's coming and you defending yourself is different from just standing there and letting somebody just haul off and hit you with all they might. So I don't know, man. I don't know if the game would sell that good to be. I like if they came out with a game, would it even sell? Like I don't know, man. Like maybe the power slap fan base may cop it, but you can't. That game can't be, and $40 might be pushing it for that. You know what I'm saying? It can't be no more than 40. You know, you see certain games come out that's new. It'd be like $40 sometimes, you know what I mean? Things like that. Like truck driver games, you know what I mean? Truck driver games don't be expensive. Only time I seen a truck driver game come out with full price was that American Dream game. But everything else be like $30, you know what I mean? Maybe 40. You can't, I can't see you charging a full price for a game like Truck Driver or something like that. Or, you know what I mean? So I put a game like that in then you can't charge premium for no slap fighting game. But would you accept a slap fighting game if EA announced, EA Sports slap fight? I had the commercial with the Hawaiian Hitman and the other guys, what's his name, Dumplings and all them, you know what I'm saying? There's another guy who popping. He a black, I don't know his name, I forgot his name, but I think he the champion still. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I know a little bit about slap fight. I be watching it, man. Like, slap fight is hilarious, man. I can't even lie. Man, it's hilarious, man, because it's like, I try to understand the logic behind this so-called sport. Like, why? This is brain damage one-on-one. You want to talk about CTE or anything like that, you are asking for it. Brain damage. There is a doctor talking about this. You know what I'm saying? About the dangers of slap fighting. It's more dangerous than all this stuff. It's more dangerous than MMA. It's more dangerous than kickboxing. It's more dangerous than boxing. It's more because you don't have no way to defend yourself. You can't even flinch. You gotta just sit there. It's like, nah, son. Now I done seen some nasty looking knockouts just off, man. Hey, look. I don't know. So would you accept or would you rock with a slap fight game? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't think it'll sell like that personally. You know what I mean? But they got a mobile game. I don't know if it's still available. Maybe that's something you could try out. You know, I know it came out a couple years ago. So sometimes they be taking games off the store. So I don't know if it's still available or not. But they did have a mobile game, or they do or did, whatever the case is. But would you accept the slap fight game? And what developer do you think would make it? I think it's 100% EA Sports that will do it. If they was to do it, EA will be all over that. Easy. You know what I mean? So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Really appreciate it from everybody. Peace.